there's two triangles of cones here for the two different players. So the attack at X is going to push to one of the cones. All right, at the same time, this mini or whatever on the crease is cutting down same side. As soon as it's not there, this guy's rolling, and he's trying to get through this triangle as fast as he can. So he's sprinting through, going to the other one. This midfielder backs up, timing is cut up, cuts down to the other side. Okay, as he's not there, he rolls back. Right, and now he's timing his cut, you're coming back over the same side, and now we're looking for a feed on the crease. Again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get our timing down with these cuts. All right, reading the guy at X with the ball, seeing what he's doing, all right, and making sure that you're popping when he's ready to feed the ball. All right, gentlemen, you guys got it? And again, we're trying to go through at X as fast as we can without losing control. All right, ready to go? Good. Okay, and if you saw right there, that cut might have been a little bit early on that, right? But that was good work, right? You can adjust the size of the triangle here in most situations. The other emphasis here for the guy at X, all right, and this is a little tip that a lot of players don't do well, all right, is when they have the ball and they get to a point where they're going to roll, they plant and their head comes back to the middle and they lose sight of the field for at least a second. And in a game, that's a long time. We're really emphasizing our attack. When we get to this point, oh, it's not there, plant. As you're rolling, I call it the peak. You peek over your shoulder and you see the whole field as you're going through your roll. And then as soon as you're about to spin, you're whipping that head around so that you haven't lost sight of the field, of your players, of the slide, anything that's happening in the middle of the field. All right, so we're really hammering our attackman. I'd say, get that head around, whip that head around. All right, so attackman really wants you to whip that head around when we plant and roll.
And a good drill for this, when you're attackman, you know, back in Syracuse days, Coach Donahue and Coach Simmons, when I was playing, we had a drill. We just took our attack to one end, and they held the number up. So the attackman has to drive in a circular motion looking at my hand. So Coach Simmons would be like, and your attackman's driving, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and every time you switch numbers, that's when you turn, switch directions, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. It's a very good drill to keep your attack head up from behind. A lot of attackmen, I know who you probably know who you're thinking about on your team, drive with the head down.
That's a really good cut.
Right? Drive with the head down.
Now to finish off this drill, what you can do is once your players get comfortable with it, you can add a defender inside each of those triangles. All right, so with the attack, what we'll tend to do is we'll put our defenseman in there with no stick, you know, either one of the little nubs or they're just with their hands. And the whole point is for them to move their feet and turn the attack. All right, and on the inside, you have a guy, he can have a stick with them, and these guys have to try and get open for their attackman who is under pressure. And again, you can build up. You can either put one defenseman in one of the triangles and have the feeder with his hands free running with no defender, or you can do both. There's a lot of different variations on this drill that you can do that really work team offense and then start working into individual defensive skills and team defense as well.
So while Reese's setting up the 1-4-1
Sure.
right now, one thing you want to be watching for your players cutting inside is that the stick, you know, your body, even no matter how big you are, is going to be able to block your defender. So I'm watching some guys catching with their stick out there. As you're watching them catch on the outside, their sticks are out here. It's a very small area. So we really want to make sure that our sticks are inside our body. So now I can just feed, right? I think the big misnomer is that you need this big wind up all the time. I mean, again, like you just said, that push-pull motion is plenty, right? Tom would want me to throw the ball, partner with the push-pull motion, right? So we can get that shot off in plenty of time, and if we protect our stick, we give ourselves more time to finish. Okay?
Now, if you guys have kids on your team that are just having a hard time, just simple catching and throwing, right? Tell them they have to go against the wall, bounce back wall, partner. You have to get a stick. I got a kid that's a junior that still can't catch. I love him dearly. He's the heart and soul of our team. The kids love him. But it's hard for me to put him on a field, especially in a big game. So I have a program where he does 300 wall balls lefty-righty and before he comes back to practice. He needs mentally to be confident, right? Every one of your players, if you're not going to be confident out here, you're not going to be a good player. Bottom line, you can have a 4.3 40, right? Be 6'3", 220, but if you can't catch a throw, not the sport for you, right? It's very tough. Stick work goes a long way, all right? There's a few guys out there, Canadians, John Grant, those guys, not the fastest, but they got unbelievable sticks, and that's what happens.